Safety first. Don't get into a random cab, y'all, because I don't want you to get kidnapped, all right? Hey everyone, this is Jody, the Brooklyn Zillennial, and welcome back to my channel. All right, y'all, so in today's episode, we are going to get into what it was like growing up as a Caribbean in Brooklyn. I grew up in a Jamaican household. What is a Jamaican household? I don't think there's a clear definition, but there are things that I feel like we see each other on, right? When I was young, my mom used to work a lot, right? So she used to rely on the teachings of Christ to help us navigate this crazy world. So what did that look like specifically? The school she decided on for me and my brother, it was a private school, Battalion Christian Academy. Stand up, y'all, if you went there. That was a private school. All of the teachers, they definitely included God in every aspect of just like our education. We had like morning devotion. We used to say like the Lord's Prayer at the end of every school day, I think. God was just a reoccurring topic in that school. I couldn't do sleepovers. I could not sleep over at anyone's house, child. I went to my mom. She would say no. She did not trust what was going on in other people's household. Key memory of growing up in Brooklyn as a Caribbean, it would be the parties. One thing about it, there was always a dance contest. And one thing about it, I was always on the floor. Y'all can tell me anything. One thing I truly do love looking back, all of the adults really like just supported the kids just doing their big ones on the dance floor. They were just like, yes, be a kid, enjoy it, like mash up the place. After the dance contest finished, right, the kids used to get tired. That's when the adults, they came out and they just lived their best life, child. There was always segues. Like you knew when the party was ending, when they played She's Royal, so Royal. It was time to go. Like pack your kid up and leave the house, okay? Another thing at the parties, shandies. Was it alcohol? I don't even remember. And my favorite was the red flavor. Oh my gosh. If you came late to a party, the red ones were always gone. Bashments, parties, that was a big thing in Brooklyn. I'm thinking about it. It's just so fun. Yeah. Another characteristic of being Caribbean in Brooklyn, all of the Caribbeans know each other. Tom knows Dick, Dick knows Tom, Dick knows Harry, Harry knows Joe, Joe knows Tom. Everyone knows each other and everyone is related at some point. And I say this because I feel like the Caribbeans in Brooklyn are heavily like dense in Flatbush area as opposed to other areas in Brooklyn. If you're from Brooklyn and if you live in Flatbush, you have mutuals with someone. There's always a mutual that you have with someone else. I didn't realize that until I started hanging out in places other than Brooklyn. Oh, I used to go to this party, like let's say in Harlem. I met someone from Brooklyn, like, wait, okay, let's add each other. Look on the socials, you knew someone I went to middle school with. Or having someone who went to school with my brother. Oh wait, you Raheem's sister. I mean, I guess, who you, right? So it's just like everyone knew each other. So another characteristic, whenever we needed seasoning, thyme, peppers, chocho, yuca, all that, right? I'm throwing it out for y'all. We used to always go to these small markets. And if you're from Brooklyn, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Small markets that had all the seasoning laid out. And it was a cheaper price. That's one thing about it. Thyme would be like $1.99 or $1. Those small peppers that, you know, add seasoning to the food, even and it's not hot, it'd be $3 for $1. The prices were amazing. They had bun and cheese there if you wanted it. D&G sodas. If you know, you know. There is no shortage of Caribbean restaurants. Now, they may not all taste good, but there is always a Caribbean restaurant within like a 5-block radius in Brooklyn. Always. Personally, there's one in Canarsie. Shout out to it. The Islands. So good. Overpriced, but so good. I love the Island. I remember it was around like 6th or 7th grade. My mom doesn't eat any other seafood besides red snapper. She had a whole story about why she don't eat shrimp, child. Salmon, I don't really know why. But red snapper, that's all she eats, child. Red snapper escovitch, or stew. She used to fry red snapper on a daily basis. When I tell you, I was literally embarrassed to show up to school because my jacket smelled like fish. And you know, middle school is a time when everyone's like rude. Like all the kids are just mean. There used to be comments like, wait, what smells like fish? Like what's going on? Meanwhile, it's me, child. Oh my gosh. I used to eat good, but traumatized. One of the staples of Brooklyn is the West Indian Day Parade. Y'all know it. It's always on Labor Day. It's a day where all the Caribbean folks in Brooklyn come together. Honestly, not even only in Brooklyn. I think like across New York City. They come to Brooklyn on the Parkway, Eastern Parkway, just to celebrate what it is being a Caribbean, right? You have like the floats, carnival costumes, good vibes, music. Everyone just really celebrating what it is to be Caribbean. That is an event during my childhood that everyone used to look forward to. I would say now the hype has come back because the past one in 2024, because we're in 2025 now, the past one in 2024 was really big. I even went, yeah. I don't usually go, but I went this time. One thing about Caribbeans, they are hustlers. Hustlers, hustlers, hustlers. And I say this because let's get into dollar vans. So dollar vans are those big like buses. Think of like think of this truck, right? You see those trucks, there's no like locals on it, and they just passing down like Flatbush Ave, right? And they stop at each corner. Like, where you going? Where you going? Those are dollar vans, right? You pay, back in the day, I feel like it was $2. Now it's like $3, child. But it's a cheaper and honestly much faster way to get transported all over Brooklyn, all right? A good example, let's say you're at King's Plaza, right? And you have to get to downtown Brooklyn by Barclays Center. You could hop on a dollar cab and pay $3 to get from King's Plaza to downtown Brooklyn in under 45 minutes if there's no traffic. Because now Brooklyn's overpopulated, so I don't know about that now. Like an Uber from King's Plaza to downtown Brooklyn, that would be like $50. The surplus is crazy. I don't even know. But anywho's, yes, dollar vans, that was a big staple growing up. They're still around. So if you're in Brooklyn and you, wait, safety first. Don't get into a random cab, y'all. Don't get in there alone. If you don't see multiple people get into the cab, don't go into it because I don't want you to get kidnapped, all right? Feed the business. But yeah, Caribbeans are hustlers. Before, I think middle school, I think all my friends were Caribbean. I don't remember having like a Black American friend. I was surrounded by Caribbeans. It wasn't until I went to middle school across the whole damn Brooklyn, child, that I actually started making friends outside of Caribbean folks. Which is crazy if you really think about it. Like, that's how many years? Like, what? Jody, what are you talking about? Yeah. Honestly, I do think that is a shared experience. Especially if you grew up in a highly dense population of just Caribbean folks. Like, Caribbeans, we just go where we all go. We go together. Yeah. As much as Brooklyn shaped who I am, I think another layer to that was having people that looked like me and just from similar backgrounds that made it just a more nurturing environment, right? Because again, I grew up in a Jamaican household. So when I left the house, I saw just similar upbringings or just similar backgrounds in the folks that I was exposed to, like at school. My friends' birthday parties or my mom's work functions, right? Caribbeans, we low-key really did stick together. Big up to Brooklyn, because one thing about it, you can find a Caribbean person out there and that's amazing. So yeah, if you're Caribbean, you grew up in Brooklyn, let me know. And even if you're not from Brooklyn, if you're from New York City, just let me know if there are places in boroughs where it's like all the Caribbeans go there, right? Thank you for watching my video, y'all. I'll see y'all next time. The smish, the smish. Everybody, do it proper. No shame, mama, I love it. One thing about it, oh my gosh. Let me not say that. They lived for God, yeah. I was walking in the dark. Yeah.